Okay, we're live. Hi, everybody. This is a scene for Empire of Thorns. So our darling Sebastian decided not to skip out on the Kitsune for their date. Thank God, because she would have eaten his heart. And we would have had a new antagonist. But so he and Sierra basically text each other, coordinated, and agreed to meet at this small Japanese cafe near Central Park. It's a real place. Great, go check it out. Um, they serve. You go inside, and they serve. They have pots of tea that you can buy, and different types of various Japanese snacks and things like that. So she's basically waiting very nervously outside for him. Um, Wearing essentially what she is in the picture, as it is cold today. Um, just kind of chewing her lip, pressed against the wall, like kind of leaning against it. Um, Hoping that he shows up.
Uh, Sebastian will be walking outside her message using both hands for messages, not using a phone at all. So he has one, like the old people do. He has one phone the phone in one hand, and with the other one he's pressing like slowly, going on my way. And a few minutes later, he'll throw he'll up, casually walk up.
She'll Her face won't like light up like a Christmas tree, but she does like her eyebrows go up and she kind of perks up very much like a fox does and wiggles. Um Seeing him it makes her happy. And she'll she'll do the whole, do we hug? Do we what? It's a date, but I'm not sure. And then she'll kind of do the clumsy little like wave.
Uh, he'll wave back and yeah, he'll say, "We can. I'll give you one, I guess."
It, hi. She'll kind of hi. Konnichiwa. She'll kind of wave at him
At
again.
that, he'll like point the finger, like not in a rude way, like kind of friendly way. Goes, "Yes, hello in Japanese, right? It's basically the only word I know in Japanese, pretty much because everyone knows it."
She'll blush and she'll say, "So, do you want some tea and snacks?" Kind of pointing behind herself, like it's there. There it is. There's the building. If you didn't know.
He'll smile and goes, "Well, anything that will warm us up."
I feel so ashamed. I'm a member of the Winter Court. I shouldn't be this cold. She's kind of hugging her jacket.
Yeah, he'll smile. He'll say, "Yeah, I won't tell anything. I won't tell anybody."
She'll kind of giggle sweetly. Mm. But she'll tug the door open for him,
Yeah.
and she'll walk up to the counter, and there's all different kinds of typical Japanese teas, chrysanthemum teas, green teas, some gunpowder and like black teas. She'll say, "Do you have a particular preference, or?"
Um, I've never really had
Breaking,
Japanese.
stop breaking up.
I'm breaking up again.
Yes, for a minute you broke up. Um,
I'll say I've never really had Japanese tea. What do you recommend?
um, she'll look at it and she'll say, "The orange ginger green tea."
All right. I'll take that.
She'll she'll address the counter girl who is Japanese in Japanese, um, and say that she'd like. Oh, well, you don't know what the hell she says, um, but she says something, and her and the girl kind of talk, and then she decides to order something else, and she'll basically kind of um, the girl will pull out like a little bento box of like sweets and like treats, and she'll put it on the counter, and the girl will basically pull out her wallet. It looks like a little like kitty, like a little
Okay.
like
Hello
Japanese kitty. Not Hello Kitty quite, but like a kawaii kitty, you know. And she'll kind of fish out a few dollars and put it on the.
Actually, well, I'm not sure if he has enough money. If Sebastian has enough money, which I'm not sure he has because he doesn't have resources.
Will became your mentor yesterday. He gave your character $200.
Oh, okay. So he'll make a sign and he'll get his wallet out and he'll say, I'll pay for it.
Oh, she'll blush and she'll actually accept. Kind of with a little bob of her head, and she'll put her wallet back in her little purse. And she'll say thank you.
No
And she'll
worries.
kind of blush again. They'll bring the tea out to you guys, but they do give you the 2 cups, and she'll kind of go over to she'll actually look around, and she'll try to find for your character like the darkest, most corniest of corners. And she'll kind of bring you over to there. It's a lot of like honeywoods in here, and like cream colors, with like Japanese art, but not like, you know, if you went into like a chintzy like Chinese or Japanese restaurant. It's more like very modern and beautiful with a lot of like sakura and like like very kind of modern again.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
she'll kind of she'll hop up into the seat. Again, all of her movements are very fox like. And she'll kind of sit there and like kind of look at your character like. Then she'll peel her jacket off because it's warm in here, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
And he'll say, well, I'm of the autumn court myself.
Oh, I'm not very familiar with the autumn court. When I came back, I was immediately taken into the winter.
He'll say, yeah, I've only been like a week. I'm still getting over the fact that there's color TV and somebody landed on the moon.
There are some people who say that he didn't.
He'll say, but we have pictures, we have photos.
Yeah, we also have pictures of Godzilla, and we have pictures of the fact that orcs exist. I mean, she'll kind of shrug, like, things can be staged. I'm not saying it was. I'm not a crazy conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying it was staged. I'm just saying, unless you were there on the moon, you can't be sure.
He'll laugh and he'll say, well, if ogres exist, what tells you orcs don't exist? And he'll say that in a jokingly way, of course. And he'll say, and what the hell is Godzilla?
You don't know about Godzilla? And she'll kind of like fish through her purse again, and she'll pull out her phone, and she'll put it down, and on the back of it is Godzilla. And it says, oh no, go on.
He'll say, so that thing doesn't exist, right? So how do we get how do people make pictures of it?
They made a model of it and took pictures of it.
And he'll like look up for long. He'll be like, wow, technology, man.
She'll giggle sweetly. I mean, we've come a long way, although we've taken some steps back, but we've also come a long way.
Hell, small guys, good to hear. I've been away for like 50 years.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's a long wow, that's before VCRs. Her jaw will drop like, holy crap. You probably think vinyl is the shiznit.
I'll say, I used to have been told it's not anymore.
It totally is. It is absolutely the superior form of music listening. She is a hardcore vinyl enthusiast.
So small, guys, I'll have to find vinyl I used to have. If I find guys out, actually you would hear. I'll say yeah. I went to my couldn't find all the boxes I had. I had a few vinyls.
She'll wiggle happily. I have a lot of vinyls. I have vinyls that go back to when vinyls were first pressed. I collect them. And you can't do that with an MP3. And the art, she'll kind of make a happy bounce. I mean, you can't give an MP3 to somebody. If I wanted to give you an MP3, what am I going to do? Put it on a thumb drive and just hand you some random thumb drive?
Okay.
She'll sigh happily.
MP3, I'm told is how you get to listen to computers and stuff. But what's thumb drive?
She'll kind of paw through her purse again to see if she has one. She'll pull out one that looks like a little monkey, like a little kwai monkey. And she'll put it on the table.
I go, she'll look at it and goes, "How cute."
She'll uncap it so you can see the technology part of it. I guess it looked like a little long kwai monkey, kind of hugging a banana, and she'll uncap it and to show him the thumb drive part, and then she'll kind of put it back in her purse.
And he'll smile and he'll say, "So how long have, if you don't mind me asking, of course, how long have you been gone? Guys, how long were you gone for?"
Well, I was taken in 2005, and I only spent about 6 years, so I've been back for a few years.
And he'll say, "Well, did you meet back with with the people you used to know?"
She'll kind of look down and like furrow her brow.
He'll say, "I'm sorry if I asked something I shouldn't have."
No, it's okay. My parents think I'm dead. And she'll kind of bite her lip.
He'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry."
It's okay. I was an only child, and they wanted really, really hard to have me. And they went to doctors, and they tried everything. And then one day, my mom got pregnant. And I mean, it wasn't even with treatments or anything. She just got pregnant, and they had me. And we were really happy. And my dad is half Japanese, and so Grandpa he lived through the wars and all that, and she'll kind of like rub her nose because she's little and sniffly right now from the season change too, and she'll say so I've always felt very strongly connected to my Japanese heritage. My mom is French and English. And like, just she'll kind of like wave her hand like white mutt, basically, without trying to say it. And my dad is Scottish, so like on the other side, his my grandma, and she'll kind of like she'll look like really embarrassed that she's talking so much about herself for a second. Like she'll kind of like stop and like blush and look down.
He'll smile and goes, "Don't blush. You're freaking Japanese, Scottish, English, and French and American. That's pretty cool. Pretty amazing."
So she'll nod and she'll say, she'll perk up and because he's being nice to her, and she'll say, so there's this opportunity to teach English in Japan, and I had just gotten out of high school, and then I graduated high school with my associate's degree. That your character should know about. I mean, he's not that like, well, the degrees you should know. I mean, those have been around a while. So I graduated high school with this dual program in associate's degree, and I was an education major. So I thought it'd be really nice to teach English in Japan. And so I went to Japan, and I was in Kyoto, and I got taken. And my keeper didn't make a fetch. She didn't need to. Um, they said that I was killed. I'm not like really clear on the details, but apparently I just went missing, and then they couldn't find me, and it turned up a cold case. She kind of shrugs. They just declared me dead.
He'll like he feels strange about this, and he'll look at him and goes, "Well, I'm sorry to hear. My story isn't much happier."
Oh, the tea's gotten there, by the way, and she'll take a little bit of honey and kind of drip it
Uh,
into the tea.
is it in 2 cups, or is it in like big tea containers, and then they have the cups?
It's in a pot, and they have the cup.
Okay.
Like it's in like one of those metal pots.
Sebastian will go ahead and serve her the tea, and then serve himself.
Okay.
And he'll say, "Yeah, my story isn't much happier."
I'd like to hear it if you want to tell it.
He'll say, "Well, my father, after war, when I was, okay, my father went off to war when I was still a baby, and when he came back, his best friend told my mother he had died in battle." And he'll say, "So I really ever had my mother, and the other people I was close to was my father's best friends, his 2 kids." He'll say one was a girl. Was a, his her brother was. It was really cool. He had he had well, and I don't know if I said the disease he had, but yeah, because he was mentally ill, unfortunately, but he was still a pretty cool dude. And well, it was rough times back then for people like him, so I will always used to stand up for him, me and his sister. And she'll say, yeah, when I was 15, when I was 17, my mother died. It was of um, mysterious causes. I later found later that it was my um sorry, what did I call him? Taker, is it?
She'll
And
nod.
guess, and guess my taker that did it, and that's when she showed up as a human and offered me a place to stay for, well, not being too rich and my parents being both gone. I didn't really have anywhere to go, and guys, Dawn and Chad didn't really have much money either, and they lived with their parents. Because and she offered me for a place to stay. I stayed with her for a few years, and we were going to have a big party for Chad's 22nd birthday, and we get and she'll look down and she'll say, I was going to tell Dawn I loved her. She tried to stop me. She told me, well, I didn't need her. She told me all I ever need. She did told me I didn't need Dawn. All I ever needed was her. I told her no, and I don't know. When I walked away, I tried to walk out the door, and then well, wasn't in New York anymore.
she'll kind of nod, and then her face, like she goes stick straight, and she's like, "What's your last name?"
Crowley.
And she kind of pulls her phone over, like she will dig her phone out and like pull it out and like type, and then she'll turn the phone and shove it at your character.
Sebastian will like move. And then we'll look at the phone.
So you're looking at yourself if you aged 50 years, and Dawn if she aged 50 years.
She'll look at it and goes, "Oh."
Basically, it's a politician and his wife. He's got his kind of arm around her waist and he's waving, and she's kind of doing the perfect, like, not Stepford wife, but kind of, waving as well. And she's like, "He's a senator."
Then he'll go, "What?"
He's a senator. She'll nod. Sebastian Crowley. He's one of the he's a senator. When you said Don, I realized Don Sebastian.
He'll be like, "I was never even interested in politics."
Well, from what you told me of your keeper, I could see how someone who was made from her could be. And he'll nod. She'll nod.
I guess. Thank you for the picture. Helps.
Do you want to read the Wikipedia page, or because she knows your character doesn't know how to like do this stuff yet, so she's gonna like kind of.
Yeah, like, she'll look at her, raise an eyebrow, and she'll be like, "Wiki what?"
He's got a Wikipedia page.
What's Wikipedia?
It's kind of like an online encyclopedia. She'll tap it, and it's like all of the information that, like, your birth date, where you were born, everything. The backstory that you just gave up to the point where you were taken is spot on, dead perfect. What changes is when your character all but ended up homeless. Apparently what happened is, if you read the Wikipedia page and you want to know.
Yeah, she's reading through it.
Okay, what happened is your quote-unquote character, okay, Sebastian Crowley, realized that he didn't want people to end up in the same situation that he was in, okay? And so he enrolled in college, worked his way through college, working multiple jobs, married the love of his life, had children, one more beautiful and talented and amazing after the next. Wonderful marriage, became a Democrat, went into small law at first. He went into law, helping to basically kind of root out corruption in corporations and things like that, and to make sure that the small man and small business had fair representation and things like that. Did pro bono for, like, family law for, like, children in the DCF system. Adopted a few children. Him and his wife, him and Don adopted a few kids, from like Malawi and shit like that. Russia. They have like 7 kids. All of them now adults with their own children. Some great grandchildren thrown in there, 1 or 2. And he is now serving, even in his 70s, tireless old motherfucker, because he's a fetch. And although he is aging, he still has that vigor. He's a bit like a Bernie Sanders type, if you know who that is here in the States. Yeah. He's just a very grassroots, good politician. And it seems as though him and Don have had a very beautiful, full life together. When it gets to like the part about his personal life, it talks about his children, how some of his children have come on to become doctors, scientists, gone to MIT. He had one son apparently who there does talk about how one of his sons basically fell to like drug addiction and he was a drug addict. Um, and he's disassociated with the family. Like he apparently with a very heavy heart, and it caused the Crowleys to form a, a trust for trying to help addicts to become to treat addiction instead of as like a crime, to treat it as like a disease, you know. So, but that is what your fetch has been up to.
Um, as he reads, yeah, he will probably hear well. Even if he tries, he probably won't even try to find it because he doesn't realize it's coming. But it will fall out of his eyes, and he'll just say, "She's happy."
She's been reading it with you, and she'll say, "That's really beautiful." At at least she'll kind of smile. At least she had a good life with you. You know, I mean, not you, but who she thought was you. You know,
He'll
not all of us are so lucky. She'll actually reach across and grab your hand and like squeeze it.
he'll squeeze his back, and he'll go. And looking at the thing, he'll say, I want to see one last time."
You broke up a little bit.
He'll say, I want to see her this one last time.
She'll kind of like look at the she'll kind of look at the stuff. She'll actually go to the they're coming up into a campaign season. Um and he's running again for his senatorial seat. Um so she'll say, "Oh, right now they're on tour. They're on a campaign tour. So we'd have to find where they are and go to the campaign rally. But we can do that if you like."
And he'll smile and goes, I'd be very grateful if you could help me.
Of course. I know you're not really up to date on all this stuff, so I'm more than happy to help you.
And he'll smile. Like, make a friendly hug, and he'll go, thank you so much.
She'll smile at him, kind of wiggle. She'll take a sip of her tea. She had put honey in it, um, and that's all it really needed was a little bit of honey. So she'll kind of sip it and smile at him. Her little ears wiggle. She's got like very slightly. She actually no. With her, she has straight up fox ears on the top of her head, like little white fox ears. And he notices that her little fox ears kind of wiggle, like happily. One of them flicks. She has a very big, fluffy foxtail out the back of her coat and pants, basically.
He'll smile at her, and he'll say, well, he'll like brush her hair and brush her hair back and go like behind her ear, and he'll say, well, I'm glad I met you.
She'll blush and giggle. "I'm glad I met you too. I needed a friend. I don't have very many friends." And she'll kind of shake her head and look down. "People are scared of me, and I don't mean them to be. I know that we get bad reputations, but I I don't want to hurt anyone. Just..." She'll kind of bite her lip and look away. It's almost as though she really can't control what would happen if somebody hurt her and made her angry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's embarrassed by that.
He'll say, well, I'm sorry, try to, I'll tell at least my friends that you're cool.
I mean, as long as no one breaks my heart, I don't have to break theirs. She'll blink her eyes.
He'll say, I know what you mean, but yeah, that sentence right there might scare some people.
oh, should I say it differently? Kind of wiggle, wiggle.
He'll say, just say that not want your heart being broken. Don't say anything about breaking other people's heart.
she'll kind of sink herself a little in the seat, like, I'm sorry.
He'll say, "Hey, come back, in case, come back up."
She'll poke her head back up. It really is kind of almost like anime-ish what just happened with her, and it's a little bit like kind of one of those like, how did that even physically happen? You know? But she'll sit back up and kind of what she has is she has her legs kind of crossed under her, like tucked under her, and her tail is kind of draped across her lap for warmth because oh god.
and he'll smile and goes, "Tell you what, if anyone breaks your heart, I'll break theirs. That way you don't have to worry about it."
Her face now lights up like a Christmas tree. That works.
And he'll
And
smile,
she'll lean across the table and kiss your cheek. It really is like a very kind of
yeah.
Like when she kisses his cheek, it's very soft and almost like little sister like.
Yeah.
And she bounces in her chair. Whee!
He'll say, "See, now you don't have to scare people, and you don't have to scare people anymore. I'll take care of it." And he'll smile.
She looks so happy. She'll say, oh, I actually have to go to work.
And he'll say, "Well, I'm guessing that's okay. Well, where do you work actually?"
Oh, um, she'll kind of blink for a second. Let me see. Hold on, if she's gonna lie about it or not. If she can buck her willpower, then she won't lie. But if she fails, she'll lie about it. She actually looks really embarrassed for a moment. 4 Seasons? I work at 4 Seasons.
Yeah. So
It's a gentleman's club. I'm a dancer.
He'll say, "Oh well, it's like, in guys, that's all right. Don't worry about that. And guys, I might. Actually, Sebastian's still looking for a job, or did Dr. Jason give him one?"
Oh, she'll bounce and she'll like hit her lap and she's like, oh, the boss was saying he needed bodyguards.
And guys, good, I can apply for that job.
Woo! She'll bounce.
Okay, so well, I could accompany you there, I guess. That way I can talk to your boss.
I don't think he's in tonight, but I can definitely. I mean, you can accompany me, and I can. Well, I have to go to work, but I think he'll be in by the end of the night. Either way, I could tell him that you want to talk to him.
Okay, yes, you do that.
And she'll finish up the tea. She'll hold her arm out to him, like all busily, like
Matthew will finish off his tea as well, and he'll walk in. Well, he'll give her his arm.
It's actually very common in New York City for even friends to walk arm in arm or holding to each other because if you don't, you can actually get separated very easily.
Okay.
So it's not that strange they're walking arm in arm. But I do think that's a good place to end our scene if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So thank you players for playing and thank you watchers for watching, and it's been fantastic. Bye.